Good morning, or good afternoon, wherever you may be, or good evening, or good night. This is Jen at JensArtyInclinations, a place to create, share, and play.
Hello everyone. Alright, so I had this manila folder and I liked how it was sort of getting aged, and I decided I wanted to do some little inserts. So I cut it into thirds, and that way I've got 3 nice little pieces that I can work with. Here I'm roughly measuring the top of my pages so that when I put it on my book page, it will definitely sit within the page, within the dimensions of the page. So cutting the front edges down shorter than the back edges, and then that way it still has that manila folder look, so a little file folder look, and then I'm simply rounding the corners. So I've got sort of like 3 little mini file folders. Now, I was going to do the same thing with each of the 3. In the end, I did 3 different things, decorated them 3 different ways, and so, yeah, come along. See what I do, see what I muck about with. Now, I did want lots of inking around the edges of these, so I'm just kind of showing you that if you very, very lightly ink this way, I've got my board behind me, see how you get a bit more of a subtle look across that comes into the piece a little bit more, and that's what I wanted, that look. All right, so for the first one, I decided a pocket with a pull-down journaling spot. So I'm inking around another little piece of the cutoff that I had with the manila folders, made a pocket out of that with a little thumb hole in the top, and then I've got my concertina pull-down journaling spot that I've just stuck on top of that. Now, over that, just to give it a little bit more of a finished look, I covered it with another piece of paper. So that way, the pull-down spot is in between those 2 pieces. On the bottom, I'm just putting a little tab that is a book page, cut out with a whale tail punch, and then that just gives an indication that you actually pull down for your journaling spot. On the inside of the top cover, I decided that I would cover it with just this lovely craft music paper that I have. So gluing the smaller piece to the larger piece, then I can just cut around and ink the edges. And then it's just decorating. So I just used a few labels, just built them up until they kind of looked jumbly and good. And voila, that's that little piece done. So I have that little journal card that I've popped inside it. And now all I have to do is the cover. So again, using another one of these journal cards. These are just ones that I designed myself on Canva. And just a single word sentiment with a little bit of stamping across that top bit. And then that one felt finished. So voila, that is number 1. Got a little pull down journaling spot. Got a little pocket. And then I thought, oh, look, for good measure, let's just do a little bit of stamping on that pull-down spot as well. Now, why stop there? I decided I'd do another little concertina journaling spot in the top, added a little label on the inside, a little tab on the outside, a little bit of stamping on the front, just subtly, and to make sure that it's stuck down so that when you open it up, it kind of slips in, I just glued half that circle so that then, see, it all just pops underneath it. So it looks like there's a lot to that, but actually it really is just concertinaing a couple of papers and adding a pocket. So really quite simple. Okay, the next one. I decided on the inside I would do some stamping background. So I've just got one of these big background stamps. And of course, I didn't ink it properly, so I had to stamp it down a few times, but it was subtle enough that it still looked fine. And I'm putting some serviette on the top of this, so napkin, paper napkin for those of you overseas. All I'm doing here is just splitting off the top, and I'm using the collage glue, the Tim Holtz collage glue here, popping my serviette across very carefully, and you want to be very gentle when you smoosh it down so that you don't tear it. So yes, nice and gently. Now I'm going to pop this aside so that it dries completely. And then I'm going straight on to my next one. So a little bit of stamping across that top bit again, and now I'm doing some stenciling this time. So I'm just using some masking tape to stick down my stencil, and then using ink, making it really nice and simple, just using my ink dobber to gently go through that stencil, which is like circles, and that will give me a bit of a mottlety effect. That will give a bit of texture and layer to my little picture that I'm going to put on the front of this one. Now this time I have this gorgeous piece of fabric that is stamped here, and then I'm just putting brown paper behind it. So this is just brown paper from a shopping bag. I'm tearing around the edge to give it a little bit of rustic look. I love torn edges, and I'm not very good when I'm cutting anyway. So really, a ruler and a torn edge, my best friend. So anyway, that little brown piece of paper just makes a nice little border for the back of that little piece of fabric. I do find inking the edge of the brown paper when they're the shopping bags, sometimes it's a little bit harder. So that's why I ran it through my ink pad first and then added the dobber after. Otherwise it just takes too long to build up the layers. And then simply sticking it down on the front cover. So you've got those textured layers. You've got the stamping, then you've got the stenciling, then you've got the brown paper, and then you've got the fabric. And voila! Ding! Okay, so inside, this one's kind of all about, I thought, nature. So I had these little seed packets, and I thought that would be really cute as a flip-up pocket inside this one. I'm simply, again, tearing. I'm measuring against the piece itself. So I'm tearing around the edges so that then I can cover the underneath side of the seeds. And I thought that would just be another little nice cleaner journaling spot. Cleaner, even though it's got the rustic coffee dye on it, but it's a nice, all-in-one surface. So cleaner, so to speak. And, I didn't tear very accurately, but that's all right. I just inked the edges. Now, the thumb hole I had the smaller circle punch, and I went, I don't like that. So then I decided I'd actually cut the thumb hole in this instead. So just pinching it gently, folding it in half, and then you can just snip. And it's another way, to have an indication of a thumb hole. And then all I had to do was just glue between the seed packet, the back of the seed packet, and the coffee dyed paper, just to make sure that it was all stuck down nicely. So the next step, I decided to enclose the flap in a lovely big journaling spot on the inside of this one. So I thought of tearing it to size, but then I thought, no, let's do our glue the smaller piece to the big piece trick. And this is a great example of why you should glue the smaller piece first. So firstly, and you'll see that in a second, but firstly, just gluing the seed packet in. So just gluing the flap, and I'm gluing it right into the fold. So that's why I'm sort of folding this so that I can make sure that I've got it right on that fold. Then I'm putting my piece of paper underneath. Now, had I put the glue on the manila folder instead of the larger piece, I wouldn't have made this mistake. And you'll see it in just a second. So as I'm putting it down, the right-hand side of that, the bottom edge of the manila folder, the glue isn't all the way because I put my piece down the wrong way round. So now, that's all right. I can fix that. I'm just gluing it down. But that's a good example of why you glue your smaller piece to your big piece. Do as I say, not as I do. But then really simple, cut around the edge and you get that lovely look of it being lined beautifully. So then it's just inking around it again. Now, I made these little specimen cards. I'll try and remember to link that video a little while back. And oh my goodness, they fit perfectly into these seed pockets. So I'm going to have to make dozens more now because I've got a few more of those seed pockets. And then I can have a whole heap in my stash that I can pull out anytime. to line the top of this, I thought instead of lining it, I'd just add a picture to the inside cover. So these look like lovely seed pods, these illustrations of Australian flowers. Had this round label that I thought looked really sort of cool off the top. It's like you're still labelling something about your nature and your seeds. You know, you can imagine some wonderful lady botanist of old playing with this. And now I'm just embellishing it. So a little sentiment on the top. If there's stickers, I generally add glue to them because I just don't trust them. Little bit of lace across this piece because I accidentally got a dirty mark on it. So then I just covered it up. And another little word label, making sure that it's hidden under the little seed packet. Now I'm just lifting the bottom of that lace up because I thought it'd be really cool with that piece of calico that just fit perfectly on the bottom. So that's what I've done there. Really simple embellishments, but just enough to, finish it off. Now we can finish off our final third one. This is how you get rid of the serviette. The easiest way is to sand off the edge. You can cut around it, but it is a pain to cut. Now, unfortunately, my camera ran out partway through making this little notepad, but really, that's all I did with the last one, was I added a little notepad inside. So I didn't go overly complex. I kept this last one really simple. So it was a few pieces of paper, stapled them together, folded a little piece over the top, and I gave them a little torn edge on the bottom. I made sure they all were torn differently, just a really slight inking on the edges just so that you could see the edges against each other, and a little bit of stamping across the top, and that was that one finished. So it's the simplest out of all of them. There's our little nature one with the butterflies on the front, and you've got your little seed picture on top, flip it up. The other little bit you missed was I wanted to add a few little embellishments, so I just used the bottom of my glue bottle and my ink pad to stamp some little circles, and that just pulled the top and the bottom together. So there's your little pocket, that's your actual seed envelope that, as I said, fits those little specimen cards beautifully. Lovely journaling space. Little bit of lace across the bottom, and that's number 2. And here's number 3. So that's the first one that we did. So really it's number 1, isn't it? Not number 3. But a concertina journaling spot at the top that just slips into a little clip. The bottom sits fine. So another concertina piece. And then we've got our embellishments with our labels and our little mini journaling card that I cut down. Again, that was just one that I did, but looks like a little photograph inside of old. So there you are, that's all 3. They're lovely and slim. They fit inside your journals really nicely. It's the same idea. A cut down manila folder and they all flip up, but 3 completely different ways that you can go, because my brain went from one idea exploded out into other ideas. So I hope you enjoy some creativity with yourself playing with the manila folder. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you next time. I'd love it if you could leave me a comment below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed what you saw today. And of course, please subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you next time. And in the meantime, keep creating. Enjoy!